Hey everybody, I'm Matt Camp. The brutality of NXT TakeOver War Games resulted in some expected casualties, but so did the fallout on this week's NXT on USA Network. As you might have guessed, we have a very busy NXT injury report. Early in the night, Damian Priest had his sights set on Finn Balor's NXT Championship, but he wound up questioning Scarlett handling Karrion Kross's business. Those words would come back to haunt him. Priest would later try to confront The Way, only to be blindsided by a returning Kross. The vicious attack concluded in brutal fashion, with Kross powerbombing Priest on the stage. We can report that Priest was dealing with back pain and possibly has broken ribs at the hands of Kross. Now let's take you back to NXT TakeOver War Games for further updates. Coming out of the Women's War Games match, Candice LeRae suffered a possible broken arm and is not medically cleared. Dakota Kai has multiple undisclosed injuries and is also not medically cleared. Sometimes it hurts to win. The Men's War Games match also had painful results. Bobby Fish suffered a torn tricep and needed surgery, so he is not medically cleared. Pat McAfee was not only on the losing side, but had undisclosed injuries. Oney Lorcan had facial contusions and lacerations that required stitches. It's safe to say that no one left either War Games match unscathed. Johnny Gargano may be the first ever three-time North American champion, but during his victory over Leon Ruff and Damian Priest, Gargano's lip was busted and required stitches. Of course, The Way still stood tall despite a rough evening. Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa didn't have weapons or unforgiving cage walls to deal with, but they still managed to inflict plenty of damage on each other. In fact, Thatcher battled through a laceration in his ear and needed stitches to cover it up. And speaking of Thatcher, he dished out some more damage to Cameron Grimes. Thatcher observed from the ramp as Ciampa defeated Grimes, and when Grimes decided to give Thatcher a piece of his mind, Thatcher snapped Grimes' leg in a vicious manner. As a result, Grimes is out of action, and no specific timetable has been given for his return. Next week, we already know Leon Ruff will team with Kushida to face Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory as we begin the countdown to New Year's Evil on January 6th. Catch NXT on USA Network each and every Wednesday at 8, 7 Central.